Hi friends, David here from Learn Stage Lighting and Above AVL. And in this video, we're going to talk all about, what are we going to talk about? The buttons and function keys on an NX1. So a lot of people get to an NX1 and they start using an NX1 like the one in front of me here, coming from the PC world, from having used ONYX on a PC. It's often the next step in a lot of situations, okay? And so there's a couple of things you really want to know about using the NX1 and using it well. And honestly, the button layout on the NX1 is pretty much identical to the NX Touch. So we're kind of covering that here as well because it essentially is the same thing, just in a less expensive, little bit less nice format, right? It's very inexpensive, not quite as nice, but both can be good options for people. So on the NX1, just for a quick tour, you basically have these 10 faders, right? 10 full playbacks that have a 4 buttons, which by default are typically, with a typical cue list rather, are play, pause back, flash, and or select and flash. Sorry, something like that. And so that's fairly self-explanatory. The touch, I believe, is the same. Then you have these multi-function keys. Okay, these are really key. Pun totally intended. So by default, they're in playback mode. They are a 10 playback buttons. They are playbacks 11 through 20 here on your screen. If we do a short press, we get to F keys. This is function keys. We've got a great bunch of videos on those. We're going to link to one here on the YouTube cards. Then if we long press, we go over to the other side. We now are adjusting the base parameters. So if you've been on a PC, you select some lights, and you're used to having intensity, pan, tilt, color, and popping this pop-up and pressing these on the screen. Now that you're on an NX1, it's much easier. They're just physical keys right here in that mode, okay? Just as it matches on the screen, right? Then effects is the same, but on the other side, okay? You can see that there. Short press goes up and down, long press goes side to side. Now, the F keys can be really helpful, and I often, honestly, on an NX1, set them up as the most important parameter groups, the ones that I use the most, such as intensity, pan tilt, color. Okay. Sometimes if you want to do like both beam effects, or if you want to do both beam and framing, I would skip intensity at the top, because because you can enter values here on the keypad. Of course, if you have an NXK, which we highly recommend, they're so worth the money. Okay, what else? Well, you're gonna have these side encoders on an NX1. Okay, hold edit, tap one of them. You can set what they are set to. They show up here because they are the side screen encoders on an NX2 or NX4. Other things, on an NX1, not on touch, you have this, which is your button for your quick screen, okay? If you happen to have a NXK, which I highly recommend, it's so very worth the cost of your console, then in this window, you really don't need the keypad over here. So take the time to customize this window, which you can do just by unlocking the workspace. Here at the top, you can pull this tab down, unlock workspace, edit view, then you can trash can that and adjust sizing, move things around, whatever you want to do, add in a new window there. It's well worth your time to do that, to keep some things that you want to have handy. For me, a lot of times I will do this quick key and I will put like groups and presets in there, okay? Because then from any other window in the console, I don't have to really keep groups and presets up on a window. I can be on my other windows. When I quickly want to select something, go over there, go back, go over there, go back. Really nice and simple. I hope you've learned something here today. There is one more tidbit too. The main playback functions are for the selected playback. So when you select a playback here, they are controlled by these. However, you can actually make this an 11th playback. So if you're in like a theatrical style setting or any space, you have a cue list that just goes down and you never need to adjust the fader level, then you can actually go in your cue list directory, and there is a button up here that says as main. Hopefully you can see it there. We'll put in a screenshot from the PC version as well. You press that, and now the cue list you had selected, I don't know if you could see it there, it has a yellow box around it. Okay. That cue list now, even if it's literally just in the cue list directory, not on a button, not on an on-screen button, not on a fader, you're controlling that as your main cue list. So you can run through your show, do everything you want, and literally have these playback keys to an 11th playback, in addition to the 10, and the other 10 if you are doing the playback key function on these multifunction buttons. So there really can be a lot under the hood. And if you're new to an NX1, I invite you to check out all these things, try them. They're going to make your life better and easier. And of course, if you don't have an NXK to go with that NX1, hop over to Above AVL right now and buy one. Okay, because it is such an amazing help, and we keep them in stock so that we can ship them out to you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video, as long as you're subscribed. See ya.